Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your East Oakland advocate. Well, today I want to talk about housing for the homeless. And since the campaign has that for president has been going on, there's literally been little to no talk about housing for the homeless. And one of the reasons why I want to say that is because number of years ago, back in 2017, National Coalition for uh, the Homeless put out a 48-hour challenge. And I've used that 48-hour challenge on every type of housing that's come out in the city of Oakland. And when I say that, um, those that created the shelters, I challenge them to stay in their shelter in a homeless setting on the street for 48 hours. And out of all the years, I've only had two people take me up on that. And both of those were reporters. And none of them, neither of the two that took the challenge lasted 48 hours. In fact, none of the two lasted 24 hours. Not that it was dangerous, because I guaranteed their safety. They would stay with me or close to me during the 48 hours, except for the person that I assigned them to actually live as a homeless person, either to go and solicit change on uh, a freeway off ramp, street, corner, things like that. Or uh, the other challenge was to find their own food. No money. They literally had no money. We took away all their credit cards, put them, and gave them pretty much nothing. And what they had to do was actually what a lot of homeless people do. They have to go and solicit money, and with whatever money they get, they're able to go buy their meal. It may be only one meal, maybe two meals, maybe three meals, depends on the corner that they get and how successful they are. Also, the other thing is that they have to look the part, meaning that 3 days before the challenge starts, they stop showering, they stop their normal hygiene. In fact, they are encouraged to get their oldest, raggediest clothing and put it on. It doesn't have to be dirty, it can be clean, but it cannot look like a housed person. And if they don't have any clothes like that, we can provide them, because we had lots of clothing donations. So uh, having the participant look like a homeless person was not a problem. And so for the next 48 hours, the challenge was, number one, trying to get comfortable. I would be nearby, I would be conversing with them, or this person, the reporters, would be conversing with their assigned person on how to do things, how to collect, how to talk, how to speak, all of that. And they're given about 4 hours, 4 hours to come up with money for their meal. And if they didn't have a meal, uh, I could provide some food for them if they really needed it. But the the thing is that I was not to be supplying them with everything and anything that they needed. They had no credit cards. They had their ID. That's all, because that, in case they were stopped or questioned by any police officer, they could show their ID, identify what they're doing, and not be cited or arrested for anything. So the 48-hour challenge still I put that in place, and I challenge anybody, I mean, anybody, even the manufacturers, to live in their stupid shelter, the temporary shelters that they're putting on the street and forcing people into. They're paying about $2,200 for these flammable uh, shelters, these portable shelters, and they're terrible. They can hold a maximum of 2 people. There's a little bit of heat, a little bit of electricity, but essentially it's a box. It's a 2-person box. That's not acceptable. We need permanent housing. I'm the only person that I know of anywhere that has property. I have property, 20-acre site from Caltrans under Executive Order N23-20. It's over here by the Oakland Coliseum. It's a 20-acre site. It's a long-term permanent settlement that will go in place and can house and can situate 500 arch cabins, or a variant of the arch cabins, which is the model that I'm using. Arch cabins, we use 2 different models. One is a little over 480 square feet in interior volume. That is for a couple to live. And once the shelter is up, and it's all steel construction. That's the good thing. It's highly fire resistant inside and outside. On the inside, we're using an old model that I talked about in some previous episodes here, which is sweat equity down payment. And so the homes are steel frame, steel siding. They have R25 insulation on the inside, and then we can make that even better. We can go as high as R60 by using rock wool as the insulation for all between all the ribs of the home. And so that would keep the heat and coolness inside of the building without having to use a lot of energy on the split HVAC system that are in each home. Each home settles out to about $85,000 total cost, built out, solar, electricity, running water, sewer, bathroom, shower, heating, refrigerator, kitchen. I mean, this is a real home. These are real homes for $85,000. And these are what we see in the future of Oakland, and also the future of housing. We have to get away from the old, antiquated balloon type of construction that we've used. We have to use something newer, less expensive, less labor intensive, and is sustainable. All of everything, the models that I use are all sustainable models. It doesn't take a long time to grow the materials because these are steel, so we can recycle steel. And when the homes are done, a good 90% of the materials in there are recyclable or reusable in some form. So these are the homes of tomorrow, and it's important that we start looking at different types of homes, getting away from the traditional construction of homes, which is very labor intensive, very expensive, requires a lot of permits and a lot of inspections. The homes, arch cabins, and the hempcrete homes that I'm proposing are less than a fifth of the labor, a fifth of the labor costs. And the homes can be created and built by 5 people, not 30 to 40 people, 5 people. And this is the type of housing that we need moving into the future. Something that's affordable, that lasts a long time. These homes are designed for 50 years of life, but if you take care of them and look after them This can be a 100-year home, a 100-year home, and it's fire resistant, weather resistant, and it's sustainable and renewable. These are the types of homes that are part of my 48-hour challenge. If you would like the instructions on how to run your own 48-hour challenge, leave me a comment down below. Say, hey, you want instructions on that, and I could send you the entire manual on the 48-hour challenge. And it's not that difficult. It's not that hard. Only thing that you have to do is know that you can protect that person and keep that person safe for that 48 hours, because I guarantee their safety for 48 hours. A lot of you know that I'm more than capable of doing that, and yet I have only had two people take up the 48-hour challenge. Thanks for joining me today. Let's get more of these builders to start building smart and start building real homes. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.